Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE Raw after Backlash 2025 kicked off with CM Punk getting engaged with Seth Rollins and his evil faction. The show began with the best in the world calling out Paul Heyman, leading to a brawl where Sami Zayn and Jey Uso rescued Punk. Following this, WWE has announced that Sami and Punk will team up against Rollins and Braun Breaker in a tag team match at Saturday night's main event. Amid this, there are chances that Logan Paul may become Paul Heyman's newest guy and dethrone Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. For those unaware, at the forthcoming SNME, the Maverick is set to lock horns against the YEET Master in a World Heavyweight title match. This feud began when the YouTube sensation confronted Jey and declared himself as his next challenger. With the Samoan twin getting mixed in a feud with the Visionary, it's conceivable that Rollins may take advantage of the situation. The Visionary and the Weissman may decide to recruit Logan Paul as the fourth member to even the odds against Punk, Zayn, and Jey. Furthermore, they can assist the Maverick at Saturday night's main event against the YEET Master in the world title match. This help will allow Logan to shock the world by dethroning the World Heavyweight Champion and taking the title home on his shoulders. This angle will not only enable WWE to put the world title on the YouTuber, but also strengthen Seth's faction. Additionally, it's important to note that Braun Breaker also launched a backstage assault on Jey during the show tonight. This shows that the Rollins villainous alliance is not finished with the Samoan star, which increases the likelihood of Logan Paul joining Rollins' faction. At the end of April 2025, reports circulated that Seth Rollins' faction was not intended to be a mirror of previous groups in WWE. Additionally, the alliance was not meant to add new members, though this was subject to change. With the recent announcement for Saturday night's main event, there is a strong possibility that Rollins' heel alliance will get an addition to its fourth member. As we have seen, Braun and Seth are the only ones currently competing in the squared circle, so they need more numbers to overpower the babyface team. This is why WWE SNME appears to be a fitting scenario for a member to join forces with them. In the ever-shifting landscape of WWE, alliances are forged and shattered in the blink of an eye, but few partnerships have carried the weight, influence, and impact quite like that of Paul Heyman and his chosen guys. From Brock Lesnar's era-defining dominance to CM Punk's pipe bomb-fueled rise, Heyman has long been the architect of wrestling revolutions. And now speculation is brewing that a new chapter may soon begin, one that could alter the trajectory of WWE's championship scene in 2025. The burning question: is WWE positioning a rising star, or perhaps a returning legend, to become the next Paul Heyman guy and challenge Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship? With Jey Uso's recent meteoric rise culminating in a shocking World Heavyweight title victory at WrestleMania 41, the wrestling world has been in a state of euphoric disbelief. The once loyal right-hand man of Roman Reigns has carved a legacy of his own, proving that his main event moniker was never a catchphrase, it was prophecy. However, as history has shown time and time again, the top of the mountain is not a place for comfort. It is where the vultures begin to circle. Why Paul Heyman? Why now? Paul Heyman's presence in WWE has been notably quieter in recent months. With Roman Reigns suffering a devastating loss at WrestleMania and taking a step back from weekly television, Heyman has been adrift, lurking in the shadows without a tribal chief to advise. But that doesn't mean he's out of power. In fact, it may mean he's recalculating, strategizing for a future where he helps craft the next dominant force in professional wrestling. Sources within WWE have hinted that Heyman has taken a particular interest in scouting talent from both Raw and NXT. Insiders described recent backstage meetings where Heyman was spotted deep in conversation with top-tier stars, some established, others on the verge of breaking through. The feeling is that Heyman is looking to reinvent his role, not by returning to his previous position as the wise man of the bloodline, but by aligning himself with someone who can bring legitimacy, charisma, and danger back to the World Heavyweight title pictures. So who could that star be? Candidate number 1, Braun Breaker, the monster in waiting. Braun Breaker is no stranger to championship gold, but his recent frustrations following his Intercontinental title loss at WrestleMania have sparked rumors that he's ready for the next level. Breaker possesses the intensity, strength, and aura of someone who could thrive under Heyman's tutelage. Imagine a snarling, unpredictable force like Breaker with the cerebral backing of a master strategist. It's a match made in mayhem. Heyman has always preferred working with dominant physical specimens: Lesnar, Reigns, Big Show, and Breaker fits that mold perfectly. With a renewed chip on his shoulder, Breaker's raw aggression could be refined into a title-winning edge should Heyman decide to mold him into his next guy. Candidate number 2, Carmelo Hayes, dripping in gold and confidence. If Heyman is looking to add finesse and flash to his arsenal, Carmelo Hayes is a tantalizing option. The former NXT champion has slowly begun making waves on the main roster, and aligning with Heyman could launch him into superstardom. Hayes has the mic skills, the swagger, and the in-ring ability to hold the World Heavyweight title, and Heyman's mentorship could make him a household name overnight. While Hayes doesn't fit the traditional image of a Heyman guy, neither did CM Punk. Heyman thrives in taking stars who don't fit the mold and turning them into icons. With Jey Uso reigning as a babyface champion, the potential for Hayes to play a ruthless, cunning heel with Heyman's backing is off the charts. Candidate number 3, Solo Sikoa, the Bloodline's new alpha. Of all the possible candidates, none carry the emotional and narrative weight quite like Solo Sikoa. With Roman Reigns out of the picture, Solo has slowly asserted dominance over what remains of the Bloodline. But many have questioned whether Solo truly has the leadership and vision necessary to take the group into a new era. That's where Heyman comes in. Solo being groomed as the next tribal chief under Heyman's guidance would be poetic. A continuation of Heyman's alliance with Reigns, but with an entirely different energy. Whereas Roman was cold and calculating, Solo is brutal and stoic. Heyman could serve as Solo's mouthpiece, giving him the words to match his fists. And what better way to signal a new reign than by taking down the man who abandoned the Bloodline, Jey Uso. The emotional investment. Jey Uso's story has come full circle, or has it? Jey Uso's title reign is one rooted in redemption. After years of being under Roman's thumb, Jey's triumph at WrestleMania was more than a championship victory, it was emotional closure. But WWE doesn't do neat endings. The greatest champions are forged not just through their victories, but through their trials. Jey needs a rival that will test him in ways Roman couldn't. A rival who operates not out of personal betrayal, but out of sheer hunger. Enter Paul Heyman and his new client. Heyman's possible reemergence with a new guy threatens to disrupt Jey's fairy tale ending. It adds layers of complexity, professional, personal, and historical. Can Jey defeat a threat engineered by the man who once served his cousin so faithfully? Can he maintain his identity without getting pulled back into the darkness that haunted his Bloodline years? Building the feud. How it could all unfold. WWE's writers are reportedly considering long-term storytelling arcs involving Heyman's return in a new capacity. The seeds could be planted in subtle fashion. Mysterious backstage vignettes, cryptic messages, whispers of the next big thing. Heyman appearing without an immediate client would stoke intrigue. When he finally unveils his chosen star, it should be a moment dripping with gravity. The first confrontation with Jey Uso doesn't need to be physical. In fact, it shouldn't be. Heyman knows how to weaponize words. A promo exchange between the main event and the Mad Genius could set the tone for a months-long story culminating in a clash at SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Perhaps Jey begins to doubt himself. Perhaps Heyman's new client gets the better of him in non-title matches. Perhaps the title defense becomes a moment of reckoning. Heyman's client wins. Jey's art twists again. He becomes the hunter instead of the hunted. What this could mean for the title scene. The World Heavyweight Championship has seen a surge in relevance since Triple H reintroduced it as the workhorse title. With Seth Rollins, Sting, and Priest, And now Jey Uso holding the gold. The championship has a new lineage of stars defining its legacy. But to elevate the belt to true main event status, it needs a rivalry that captivates fans the way Roman versus Cody or Sami versus the Bloodline did. Injecting Paul Heyman into the mix ensures compelling storytelling, believable stakes, and a constant aura of unpredictability. The heel champion mentored by Heyman would bring prestige and menace to the title. It could also unlock new challengers: LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and even Cody Rhodes. Whoever dethrones Jey Uso with Heyman's help isn't just winning a title. They're becoming a central figure in WWE's next era. Heyman's legacy continues. For Paul Heyman, this is more than just finding a new star to attach himself to. It's about redefining his place in WWE post-Bloodline. He's no longer the advocate. He's no longer the wise man. He's an architect looking to design the next dynasty. His return with a fresh vision could redefine what it means to be a Paul Heyman guy. It's not just about brute force. It's about narrative, about spectacle, about evolution. The question isn't if Heyman will return with a new client. The question is, who's ready to become the next chosen one? Final thoughts. A storm is brewing. As WWE moves deeper into 2025, fans can sense that something seismic is on the horizon. Jey Uso's reign may be inspiring, but it's also precarious. The rise of a new challenger, backed by the most dangerous mind in sports entertainment, could spell the beginning of the end. Whether it's Breaker's brute force, Hayes' charisma, or Solo's unfinished family business, one thing is certain. If Paul Heyman returns with purpose, the entire WWE landscape will shift. Jey Uso may have climbed out from under Roman Reigns' shadow, but now he may be standing in the crosshairs of someone even more dangerous. Not just a superstar, a Paul Heyman guy. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.